today's story starts with a Nigerian student on a visa issue and ends with FBI charges for abducting a federal officer. This story happened in Minnesota for United States, for one quiet neighborhood there. No dramatic, stuff about that neighborhood. Na mie neighborhood na it be very clean, cha cha cha, like this. But federal agents from Homeland Security Investigations, they parked their motor discreetly. When say you know go sabia inside an unmarked vehicle, no uniform, no siren, just surveillance. What be their target, safe? Eh? The target was a 24-year-old Nigerian man named Damilola Bamigboye, in a student, that according to the FBI, he has overstayed his visa. Agents were watching Damilola's Kia motor, where we say he parked outside his apartment. Then a Jeep SUV pulled up and parked just beside it. Damilola got into the Jeep, sitting in the front of passenger seat. A woman believed to be his girlfriend was driving the motor. Everything still looks normal then. But according to FBI documents, something changed. Damilola suddenly pulled off a face mask. What did happen there? Not because of cold, not because of health issue, not because say in the fight as a wrestler. No. And he even began moving items from the front seat to the back seat, front seat to the back seat. And that was the first red flag to these agents. When we say they sit quietly inside the motor, then the agents, they knew something was off here. And they need to investigate it. They need to sabi why did make this guy make you wear the mask? So they step out of their own vehicle. They flash their badges and clearly identify themselves as law enforcement agents. This was the place where calm cooperation could have ended this whole story. But instead, this is where everything exploded. Boom! According to the FBI, Damilola immediately grabbed the head seat in his front of him and even shouted at the driver, "Drive, drive, 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 get in the car and drive now." Yeah? No discussion, no question, just pure panic. One federal agent rushed into the front passenger seat, trying to stop this lady from starting the vehicle. Another agent, too, run kata, 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 entered the back seat, trying to struggle with Damilola, even trying to pull him out of that car. But Damilola too, already, you know, come outside. And the engine also, zzz, 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 and then the Jeep just launched forward. One agent barely jumped out to even avoid being hit by the motor. But the other agent, that one, he be ogbonge oga. He still there inside that motor. He no come outside. Then the door just now, just like that. And the car took off. And so now this woman actually drive the motor, they go like that on a top speed. At this point, this was no longer a struggle during arrest. A federal agent was now being driven away against his will inside a moving vehicle and unfamiliar area with no idea where they were held into. According to the federal agents, which is the FBI, they talk, say this man, he fear, say they don't kidnap him. He repeatedly ordered the driver to stop. He even identified himself again inside that car. Say, in a federal agent, say you sabi wetin they do, so stop, stop, stop. But this lady refused because the lady don't hear the command of this guy say, move, don't stop. This woman even threatened this man when he talk too much, say, he go crash everybody, he go crash the car now. Behind them, FBI vehicle, that one, they pursue them. And the flashing was blinking, bang, 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 bang. They pursue them, go. Do you know that a quiet Minnesota street had turned into a full federal emergency because of the way we say the woman they drive and the way we say the other agents, we say that they pursue them from behind. Here's where the story now becomes almost unbelievable. When we say you don't go believe what happened now. Why the federal agent inside the Jeep is shouting for his own life? Do you know what Damilola did? Damilola himself calls 911. At the same time, the trap agent is also calling Homeland Security Operations for guidance. 2 calls, 2 stories, and one moving vehicle. At one point, the agent inside this vehicle, Gagan himself, even draws his own firearm. He brings her come outside and order the driver to stop. But this driver, she refused. She know they scared of the ta. Say this one, we say he brought out. Eh? Now this one, now I can talk say, this is no longer a panic anymore. This is now a situation, yeah, that is completely out of control. Because see this ta and still stop. But eventually, the jeep pulls up and slows down. Where the jeep, where even park safe, eh? Right in front of a police station in New Hope for Minnesota. As the car slows down, like this, Damilola jumped out of that car and start to run. He can't sweat. He now can't pan. And he runs straight into a nearby grocery store, whereby federal agents there, they chased him also inside that place, and he was arrested at the back of the store. The driver refuses to even exit that vehicle, and he gives the officers a hard time until uniformed police now arrived and they take her into custody. The movie never ended because waiting Damilola talk, waiting make you do this kind of thing, you go hear her. After his arrest, Damilola initially refused to speak. He wants to use that idea of no comment. I have to wait for my lawyer. But later, he talks. When he talks, when he can't talk, he admits, say, he wrestled with a federal agent. He admits, say, now he tell the lady, say, making the drive, they go, making no stop. But he gave explanation for that one. Waiting make him, make you do waiting you do. He talk, Nigeria now, there's always an excuse for everything. He claims, say, he panicked because he suffered from post-traumatic stress disorder, allegedly linked to a previous kidnapping experience while living in Nigeria. Brother, you tried. But the FBI, however, says the evidence suggests this was not accidental. They believe there was intent. And that changes everything. What started as immigration matter now include federal charges such as resisting arrest, assaulting federal officer, and abducting a federal agent. Yeah? In the United States, these are not small charges at all. They are not mind charges. They're big. Bamba. That's so now it be. This is the kind of case that permanently altered your future in America. You go erase them. You go erase them. Finish. You will the worst, you don't learn one or two lessons. But make I tell you some lesson again. Lesson 1. Panic makes bad situation worse. Immigration issue can be resolved legally, while federal criminal charges are on a different level entirely. Lesson 2. Please, abroad is not home. Action taken in fear, confusion, or misinformation can destroy years of effort in a minute. Lesson 3. Running from authorities almost always escalates consequences. What could have been paperwork now becomes prison time. Lesson 4. Fear does not excuse action, especially when public safety is involved. Do you know that this story is shocking, but it's also a warning for you and I. One decision, one moment of panic, and everything changes. What's your take here? Was this fear, or bad advice, or even pure judgment under pressure? Drop your thoughts in the comment. This is African Black Gold TV. We tell these stories so others don't learn in a hard way. And please, don't forget to turn on your notification bell so that you hear bang anytime that I will come with my updates. And don't forget to join our WhatsApp group, the link in the description. Please subscribe to African Black Gold TV. Till I see you in the next video, please stay out of trouble.